Educators Hall of Fame.
Welcome back. I have a great guest on right now, Penny Rubin. We were just looking at this book she brought by, 100 Things Every Artist Should Know. This isn't so much about the book. What it's about is a new club.
Right.
And Creative Arts Club. I think this started up maybe about a month ago. First, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, your background, and why did you start this club?
Well, my background is I'm an art teacher. I've been teaching art for 40 years, from 2 to 102-year-olds.
Wow.
And I'm a photography judge and do critiques. And
Fantastic.
when I first came here, I moved in with my mom. She was 100.
Wow.
And I moved into her house. And because she needed help, I really didn't get to go out much. So I taught a class to the Laguna Arts Association. I taught acrylics, and I did some critiquing and things like that. And then I found I needed to be around creative people, and I wasn't meeting them. So I said, start a club. And so I started, I got my signatures and got together with a bunch of people, and some of my students came. And the very first day, I thought we'd have like 5, 6 people. We had 25 people.
Wow.
And they did everything. They did needlework. They did knitting. Some lady there knits patterns for a company and tests them.
Really?
Somebody else was doing studded T-shirts. And we had quilters, and some lady brought her sewing machine, and she finished off a quilt.
Fantastic.
And it's nice because we're in the art room, and there's big tables, and so people could just spread out. Last week we had somebody who brought a box of photographs because she wanted to scan all her photographs, so she spread all of her stuff out, and it's been so much fun that
That's fantastic.
I'm meeting the people. So
I remember I announced this like about a month ago. The fact that you got 25 people is fantastic. Let's look at some of these photos here, and I think what this really shows is all the different things that people are doing.
Right.
This is fantastic. Now I have to ask because. Is it mainly women? Do you get any men doing this?
We had one man come
All right,
and
come
he
on,
quit,
guys.
and he quit. Like I said, I do photography also. So, and some people one week brought paintings for me to critique for them so that they could go.
We got to
work
get
on
the
them.
men involved with this too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is fantastic.
You've got everybody.
So you got people. Obviously, they're using markers and a quilter down there.
The new coloring book phase, we have those people.
Isn't that amazing, that coloring book phase?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those things are really intricate. I don't know, folks, if you've seen this, but they're coloring books for adults. They're very intricate patterns, and you can find them online. We were just in a Barnes & Noble over the weekend, and they have a Michael's. Yeah, it's incredible. You can use markers.
But what I've also found is I brought my Sumi painting. I think there was
down
a
the
picture
below there, right?
Yeah. Being an art teacher, I have tons of art supplies, and so I'm going to bring my calligraphy. I'm bringing surprises for people, so when they're working on their project and they get bored, they can go and try out pastels or calligraphy or the Sumi painting, and so. I'm hoping that people will just keep coming back.
Yeah, that is great. So as far as people, what they can do, it's anything that's artistic, and you can bring your own supplies with you, something. Right. And they may be doing this at home, but the point is to be around other people.
Well, even myself, I have an art studio. I don't just go to the art studio. I can't be inspired. I just like to have people around me.
Yeah.
So we sit and yak and,
And that's it. It's social, it's creative.
Right.
Can have a lot of fun, and you can feed off each other.
That's right. And then we go around and learn things. I mean, I was learning how to do some needlepoint that I had never learned before, because I like to try new things myself. So.
Yeah.
So I'm even hoping that I'm going to do a little teaching, because I was talking about design elements, and somebody said, why don't you bring in your PowerPoints? So I have some great curriculum things too.
So you've been teaching for how many years now?
Oh, since 1970.
All levels? All
2-year-olds to 102, yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. And now you're bringing it here. So this started up, am I correct, about a month ago?
In July. Yeah.
And you already have 25 people. And you meet the first Tuesday of the month at Clubhouse 1 in the art room. Am I right?
Plus, we got an extra Friday. So
you do?
Every other week we're we're going to try to do that in January. We're going to have every other week.
Oh, that's fantastic. So again, people can bring their own supplies.
That's what we want them to do. It's not a workshop. It's not a lesson.
Yeah.
There are some things.
All you have are maybe some sort of pastels or crayons or whatever it may be.
Right.
It's what you like to do and be inspired.
It's your project. I tell people, bring your project, and you can walk around and see what everybody else is doing and talk and get your work done. and be inspired.
So is your background mainly in painting or everything?
I'm an interior designer, actually.
Oh, are you
I've
really?
painted all my life. I've painted since I was 6, and I have found we find our vocational interest when we're by 7 years old. So I'm hoping that maybe the grandparents will get their kids to paint and do all that kind of art stuff.
Now, as far as just your background in painting, acrylics,
I
oils,
do acrylic,
watercolor?
wash, and watercolor.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't send you any pictures of my work, but
We've got to do
I
that
had a
sometime.
one-woman show at the Clubhouse 4 from January to March.
Fantastic.
About 60 of my pieces in there. So.
Very good. So I encourage people to get involved with this. I think this is really fantastic. And if you want more information, you have a website, pennyrubin.com.
Yeah.
And they can get information there. Also on our website, the community website, you can get information there. But if you remember that it meets the first Tuesday of the month in Clubhouse 1, and then eventually you'll have more meetings. Am I right?
Right, every other week, yeah. But
Okay.
we've got a Friday after, at the first Tuesday, we get the extra Friday.
Okay.
So,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Great to meet you.
thank you.
And I think this is absolutely wonderful.
Thanks.
What you're doing.
Send people to us.
All right. Remember that. The first Tuesday of the month, the Creative Arts Club at Clubhouse 1 in the art room, which is in the back area. And if you want to go online, pennyrubin.com, Penny spelled Penni, so pennyrubin.com.
Rubin with an I.
Rubin with an I. Penny with an I, Rubin with an I. There you go. We'll be right back. All right, that's fantastic.